He didn't cry when he failed. He didn't cry when people left. He didn't even cry when he lost everything he once said mattered to him. But the night he sat alone in his car, staring at his own reflection in the dark window, something inside him finally broke. Not because the world was unfair, not because people betrayed him, but because for the first time in his life, he could not lie to himself anymore. And that was the moment he faced his own truth. He used to believe he was doing fine. From the outside, his life looked normal. He had a decent job, a small circle of friends, a family that trusted him, dreams that sounded big when he talked about them. He laughed at gatherings. He posted confident pictures. He spoke about big plans. But inside, something was always unsettled. He would wake up tired, even after sleeping 8 hours. He would scroll through his phone at night, comparing himself to people who seemed to be moving faster. He would promise himself that tomorrow he would start changing his life. Tomorrow never came. He blamed time. He blamed luck. He blamed the economy. He blamed people who didn't support him enough. But he never blamed himself. At least not honestly. His normal days were simple. Wake up late, rush to work, complain about traffic, complain about the boss, come home exhausted, watch videos, talk about dreams he wasn't working on, sleep, repeat. Weeks turned into months. Months turned into years. He told himself he was still young. He told himself he had plenty of time. He told himself that one big opportunity would fix everything. But deep down, there was a quiet voice, a voice that whispered, "You're wasting your life." He ignored it, because facing that voice meant accepting responsibility, and responsibility is heavy. Then life started tightening around him. His performance at work dropped, not because he wasn't capable, but because he wasn't focused. He was distracted, mentally tired, emotionally restless. He started arriving late. Deadlines slipped. His boss warned him more than once. Instead of improving, he felt attacked. He told his friends, "They don't value me." He told his family, "This company doesn't deserve me." But the truth was simple. He didn't deserve the position anymore, not with the effort he was giving. At home, things weren't much better. His parents began noticing the frustration in his tone. Small conversations turned into arguments. He felt misunderstood. They felt disappointed. He started avoiding dinner with them, spending more time outside, staying out late, pretending everything was fine. But inside, he felt small. Every time someone asked, "So what's next for you?" he felt a knot in his chest. Because he didn't know. He had no plan, only excuses. The tension kept building. One day he received the email. "Your services are no longer required." Just like that. No dramatic music, no warning speech, just a short message, cold and direct. He stared at the screen for a long time. He wanted to blame someone. He wanted to say it was unfair. But something felt different this time. There was no anger, only silence. On his way home, he didn't call anyone. He didn't post anything. He didn't try to act strong. He just drove. And then he stopped the car on a quiet street. The engine was off. The world outside was moving. And he sat there, alone. He looked at his reflection in the window. Tired eyes, unshaved face, empty expression, and suddenly, all the excuses he had built over the years started collapsing. He saw the late mornings, the wasted hours, the fake confidence, the empty talk, the promises he made to himself and never kept. For the first time, he stopped blaming the world. He whispered to himself, "This is your fault." It hurt, it felt heavy, but it also felt true. He realized something painful. No one ruined his life. He did, not in one big dramatic mistake, but in small daily decisions, choosing comfort over discipline, choosing distraction over focus, choosing ego over growth. He thought about all the times he said, "I'll start tomorrow." Tomorrow had become his favorite lie. He remembered judging others who were successful, calling them lucky, saying they had connections, saying they had support. Now he saw the truth. They simply worked when he didn't. They sacrificed when he relaxed. They stayed consistent when he quit. That night in the car felt longer than any day of his life. There were no tears, just a deep, uncomfortable awareness. He realized something even harder. The people who warned him weren't against him. They were trying to wake him up. His boss wasn't attacking him. He was reflecting his performance. His parents weren't pressuring him. They were scared for his future. But he was too busy protecting his ego to listen. Facing your own truth is not dramatic. It's quiet, it's slow, it's personal. It doesn't happen in front of a crowd. It happens when you are alone and you finally stop lying to yourself. He felt ashamed of the potential he wasted, ashamed of the time he lost, ashamed of pretending to be ambitious while living lazily. That shame could have destroyed him. But something shifted. For the first time, he didn't run from the pain. He sat with it. He let it burn. And in that burning, something changed. He understood that pain is not the enemy. Avoiding responsibility is. He went home that night and didn't tell a dramatic story. He simply said, "I lost my job." No excuses, no blame, just facts. His parents were silent, not angry, just worried. That silence felt heavier than any shouting. The next morning, he woke up earlier than usual, not because he was motivated, but because he couldn't sleep. His mind was loud, but this time, instead of drowning it with distractions, he listened. He wrote down his habits, his daily routine, his wasted hours. It was ugly on paper. He saw how much time he spent complaining, how little time he spent building. That was his harsh reality. Nobody was coming to save him. No opportunity was waiting around the corner. No miracle would fix his life. If he didn't change, nothing would. Change didn't happen instantly. He didn't become disciplined overnight. There were days he slipped, days he felt hopeless, days he wanted to return to comfort. But something was different. He was aware now. When he wasted time, he knew it. When he made excuses, he caught himself. He stopped saying, "It's not my fault." He started asking, "What can I do better?" That simple shift changed everything. He applied for jobs again, but this time he improved his skills. He read more. He practiced more. He limited distractions. He reduced time with people who only complained. He rebuilt slowly. There was no applause, no dramatic comeback, just small daily improvements. He faced rejection again, many times. But it felt different now, because he knew he was trying honestly. Months later, he got another job. Not a perfect one, not a dream one, but an opportunity. This time, he showed up early. He stayed focused. He accepted feedback without ego. He understood something powerful. Your biggest enemy is not failure, it's denial. The moment he faced his own truth was not the worst moment of his life. It was the most important one, because that was the moment he stopped being a victim of circumstances and started being responsible for his future. The harsh truth is simple. Most people don't fail because they are unlucky. They fail because they avoid looking at themselves honestly. It's easier to blame the system, easier to blame family, easier to blame the past. But growth begins when excuses end. He didn't become perfect. He still struggles. He still feels doubt. But now, when life gets hard, he doesn't ask, "Why is this happening to me?" He asks, "What is this teaching me?" That question saved him. Facing your own truth will break your ego. It will expose your weaknesses. It will show you habits you're ashamed of. But it will also give you power. Because once you accept responsibility, you gain control. You can't change what you deny. You can't fix what you refuse to see. The moment he faced his own truth, he lost his comfort. But he gained clarity. And clarity is more powerful than motivation. If there is something in your life that feels wrong, if there is a quiet voice telling you that you can do better, don't silence it. Don't wait for life to force you into awareness. Sit with yourself. Be honest. Admit your mistakes. Not to punish yourself, but to free yourself. Because the day you stop lying to yourself is the day your real growth begins. Life does not change when you blame. Life changes when you accept responsibility. And the strongest person is not the one who never fails. It is the one who has the courage to look in the mirror and say, "I need to do better." That moment is painful, but it is powerful, and it can change everything. In the end, the truth didn't destroy him. It rebuilt him. And that is the difference between a life of excuses and a life of growth. Life becomes better the moment you choose honesty over comfort.